Do you hear me so loud and clearly? This is the last time you'll ever hear from
Guys, hello and welcome to another edition of Jonesy's vlog. Well, just looking back to yesterday, I mean, what a fantastic win that was. I don't think we were really expecting that. Obviously, we had a lot of confidence going into the game after the last two performances, but that really was a brilliant result and a fantastic all-round team performance. First of all, you know, we look at Luciano, two fantastic goals from him. Not really what we used to. It definitely no tap-ins there. I mean, fantastic control and accuracy for his first goal, and to get power, you know, with the inside of his foot, that was fantastic. And then that header, I mean, from the position he was just on the outside of the box, to get that power into his header again, that just showed his strength. And hopefully, for me, I hope that really shuts a few of his doubters and his haters up. Constantly saying that he's a shit player, that his all-round game isn't there. Well, you know, some of these guys are also saying that they want Jermaine Beckford back at the club. Well, you must have a short memory, guys, because Jermaine Beckford certainly doesn't have an all-round game. Yes, fantastic goal scorer of goals, and I'd like him back at the club. But, you know, he couldn't head a ball for anything. He wasn't really very good at holding the ball up, not really very good at passing the ball. And, you know, you could really question his work rate at times. And, you know, you throw in the same arguments at Luciano Becchio, but, you know, he's scoring his goals, guys. You know, we can't ask for anything more from our main striker than to score goals, and that's what he's doing this season. And he's almost in our top 10 leading goal scorers of all time. So, for me, I don't understand it, but there we go. We're never going to keep everyone happy, are we? So, I was really pleased for him yesterday anyway to get those two goals. David Norris with a fantastic strike from him. You know, he's really starting to come into his own at the moment. You know, really starting to boss the midfield a bit. So, you know, we've seen that he can now score goals. And him and Tongi in the centre of midfield really starting to work well together. And obviously Tong getting his goal, as fortuitous as it was, thanks to Alex Smithies. But yeah, that, you know, it was there in the right place, and at least he's always there to have a shot at goal, which is fantastic to see from our midfield players. That's what we need, and maybe what we've been lacking quite a bit recently. We look at Ryan Hall. I think, you know, coming on in the second half, he made a massive impact, obviously creating our last two goals. Really good to see him getting a chance, and obviously proving to us, the fans, what he's made of. So maybe that's a start of something for him. Maybe if he can get a bigger run in the side as well. But then again, do we really want to change things that much? You know, that's something we're going to have to see. But, you know, if there are any more injuries, then we're starting to get that sort of strength in depth in the squad, which is fantastic to see. And looking ahead to January, you know, just get a few more players in, a few squad players, a few more first team players, just to, you know, which we've been crying out for. And I think our squad will be there. You know, we're not asking for millions and millions of pounds to be spent on a whole new squad. It's not what we need. You know, just a couple more players is all we need. Some proper decent players at that. And I think we'll be absolutely fine and rosy. So yeah, you know, fantastic win yesterday. By all accounts, our away contingent had a really good day, which is fantastic. You know, they've created a fantastic atmosphere. You could hear them all the way through on the radio. Glad to hear Simon Grayson got a good reception from the Leeds fans. You know, I thought he would. But, you know, in the last video, you know, I was saying I hope he doesn't get any boos, but I definitely didn't hear any over the radio, and people said that he didn't. So yeah, I'm really glad about that. Adam Clayton, I feel, let himself down with his celebration. You know, if there were any feelings there, any bad feelings, then that wasn't really the way to show them. I mean, in the press conference in the week, he said he'd had no problem with Neil Warnock or anything. So for him to then go and do that seems a bit strange. And to do something like that when it's just 2-2, when the game's, you know, you've made the game 2-2, and in the first half, you know, especially when you go on to lose the game, it just makes you look really silly. You know, I don't like really seeing anything like that anyway in football. But, you know, if you were 3-0, 4-0 up, then fair enough, you know, that's you do whatever you want to do. But when you're only drawing the game, just seems a bit desperate and pathetic, really. So lost quite a bit of respect for him there. and reports of a few anti-Semitic chanting from the Huddersfield. Well, I say Huddersfield fans, like I say, anyone who does stuff like that aren't real football fans. But you know, getting called yids and the chanting like that, not very nice, not very good. And then saw a few people on Twitter last night again that like to call themselves Huddersfield fans, baiting us with turkey chants and things. So you know, that's up to them. Like I said in my last video, you know, that's clearly a loss that's hurt them very much. And you know, it was their big day and they didn't really turn up. So you know, we'll leave them to sulk. But you know, moving on. We go to Derby next week, which is always a tough game for us. They seem to be a bit of a bogey side. Can't remember the last time we actually won over at Pride Park. So you know, it's going to be a tough game, but you know, I'm confident for it. You know, we've had such brilliant results recently, and we've got this positivity back into the club and into the team, so we can go there and quite happily, you know, quite easily get a result. A couple of weeks ago I wouldn't have been confident about this fixture, but now I am, because you know, we've seen that we can play the football and get the results. And Derby not on the brilliant run at the moment, and not playing fantastically well, so it'll be another tough game. It'll be hopefully another great atmosphere, and then it's Ipswich at home the week after the Derby game, which I'm going to, which I can't wait for. Hope that'll be a really big crowd compared to the last two games that we've had at Ellen Road. It'll be fantastic to have a great atmosphere there. Obviously then leading on to the Chelsea game in midweek. But you know, for me, I think focus on the league at the moment. You know, if we carry this run on and have a really good Christmas run as well, then we really can be up there challenging in the playoffs, or maybe even automatic promotion. You know, stranger things have happened. So yeah, you know, the main thing is the positivity, like I said, around the place. Obviously the takeover happening has created a buzz with the fans. That's created a better atmosphere at Ellen Road, which is obviously having an effect on the players on the pitch. It's getting behind them more. There's no negativity around the club. Obviously had a positive effect on Neil Warnock and his backroom staff and the players. Obviously had a physical effect with being able to bring the two loan players in, who have made a fantastic impression on the team and on the fans. And it doesn't seem to be a coincidence that we're doing better since Tate and Thomas have come into the club. So it just shows what a difference, you know, a week can make. So yeah, that's really it from me today, guys. Nothing major. Just looking back at yesterday and looking ahead to the next couple of weeks and up till Christmas. So let me know what you think. What our chances are if people believe we can get promoted. Let me know. Talk to me through the comments here on YouTube, or get in touch with me as always on Twitter at ChrisJonesLUFC. And I will speak to you very soon, guys. Thank you for watching.